The Marvel Cinematic Universe has grown from relatively humble beginnings with 2008's Iron Man into an ever-expanding shared universe and Hollywood juggernaut that's raked in billions at the worldwide box office. So now's as good a time as any to pick the top 10 best films in the MCU. Our editors got together and voted on the following picks, so our past review scores for the films weren't the ultimate deciding factor. And we're only talking about films made by Marvel Studios that exist within the MCU. That means no X-Men, no Marvel TV shows, and so on. With all that said, let's get to ranking the 10 very best films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Cap's debut was unique in that it was also a war film and a period piece. This push into subgenres within the comic book realm would prove to be important to Marvel in subsequent years, and indeed the first Avenger is a solid outing for the studio that could have been a disaster in the wrong hands.
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
I can do this all day.
Look, Thor: The Dark World is definitely not the cream of the Marvel crop, but it's not totally without the familiar MCU charms. Tom Hiddleston is once again magnetic as Loki in The Dark World, including his quick transformation into Chris Evans as Captain America. And Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth on screen together always delivers guaranteed Asgardian gold.
We could be less conspicuous.
Brother, you look ravishing.
Though a little more bloated than its predecessor, Avengers: Age of Ultron still finds time to let its heroes shine. Everyone attempting to pick up Thor's hammer at an Avengers tower party, and Cap almost succeeding, is an absolute delight. And both the opening forest battle and closing Sokovia showdown are filled with the type of amusing and action-packed team-up moments that only an Avengers movie can deliver.
Keep up, old man.
Nobody would know.
The clever and funny Ant-Man is sort of the anti-Age of Ultron. It reminds us that Marvel can still do smaller stories that mostly don't have to tie into the larger universe, although that Falcon fight was pretty cool.
It's really important to me that Cap never finds out about this.
Perhaps the most controversial of the Marvel films due to its rethinking of the Mandarin character, Iron Man 3 proved that there was indeed life for the standalone films after the epic team-up of the Avengers. Writer-director Shane Black mixed up Tony Stark's status quo, taking him out of the armor for a long stretch, and keeping things fresh in the process.
What are you, decoy? You're a double, right?
What, I mean, not a study? No, absolutely not. Don't hurt the face, I'm an actor.
Let's face it, there would probably be no Marvel Studios today without Robert Downey Jr. His melding with the character of Tony Stark is the best thing about Iron Man 1. Despite the relatively small scale of the film, director Jon Favreau and Downey Jr. set the breezy, amusing, kinda sorta realistic tone of the MCU that has been the studio's blueprint ever since.
I am Iron Man.
Not only is this the film that disassembled the Avengers, Captain America: Civil War also marks the MCU debut of both Spider-Man and Black Panther, boasting one of the great superhero movie action sequences in its airport battle set piece. Civil War also excels as a very moving film about conflicted loyalties and the vain pursuit of revenge.
I didn't kill your father.
Then why did you run?
The Avengers is where it all came together. Ever since Nick Fury mentioned the Avengers Initiative, it hardly seemed possible that Earth's mightiest heroes could actually share the screen. And not just that, but share it so well. But writer-director Joss Whedon was the perfect man for the job, a fanboy himself who understood that getting the character interactions right was just as important as making sure the Hulk couldn't pick up Thor's hammer.
And Hulk. Smash.
Not only is Winter Soldier a finely crafted action thriller, but it also upended the Marvel Cinematic Universe with its revelation about S.H.I.E.L.D. and the villainous group Hydra. Chris Evans once again reminds us here why he was born to play Cap. The film strikes the perfect balance between revisiting themes from the first Cap movie while also expanding the bigger Marvel world.
What targets?
You! A TV anchor in Cairo, the Undersecretary of Defense, a high school valedictorian in Iowa City, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange, anyone who's a threat to Hydra.
It's interesting that our #1 Marvel movie also happens to be the one that features characters most people had never heard of before it was released. But that just goes to show that the MCU isn't only about its famous superheroes. No, it's about the people behind the masks that make or break these movies. Whether it's Star-Lord's cheeky style or Rocket and Groot's Han and Chewie-like partnership, the movie rides high because of writer-director James Gunn's unique and impeccably realized portrayal of the Guardians. And oh yeah, that soundtrack didn't hurt either. Those are our top 10 Marvel Studio movies. What are yours? Let us know in the comments, and for all things Marvel, keep it right here on IGN.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.